Folks, welcome back to the Jimmy O Show here with our second set of Players of the Week. Three defensive guys here, my favorite guys, although, typically I did not like defensive guys. These guys turned me around completely.
Yes, sir.
We got Lummie Young, Nick Anderson, and Dorian Williams. How we doing, guys?
Doing good.
Good. Great to see you. Folks, before we get started, we want to make sure you check out our collective and our fancy graphics here at www.ftwcollective.com. End of year giving time, and that's where the magic's made, man. We can't bring you these shows. We can't help these guys promote it through their name, image, and likeness, and everything that we do, the collective, which you can find out a lot about on the website. We can't do any of it without your support, and so please consider giving to the collective. We also want to highlight our charity partner, man. That event last night, Son of a Saint, was just special to me, and to see these young boys. I mean, Son of a Saint's mission is to help fatherless boys in our community. See their eyes light up, to sort of just see the admiration they have for you, and to see you guys genuinely engage in how you treat people that, you don't get anything out of that for being nice to these guys, but y'all are just genuine. And the way that you make people feel special, that's, to me, the longest lasting legacy of you guys, as great as you were on the field, is the character that you have displayed to me throughout the season. And so thank y'all for that. And so that's a highlighted Son of the Saint, but I just wanted to thank you guys for being great people first. It gives me something to point to when I'm raising 4 kids of my own in this city, and I said, y'all got to be like those guys, right?
Yes, sir.
And so thank y'all for that.
Thank you. It was a good time. It was a good time for sure.
It was, man. Y'all look like y'all had a good time with those guys.
Oh, yeah. Good kids for sure.
I'm sure y'all be back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to cover a little bit of last week. I know y'all don't want to talk about it too much, but because we got a lot to look forward to. We look out on our field, the bunting is different. It doesn't even look like Human at ground level. They got all the conference championship flags and everything else up, and so we're going to go get to that in a moment, but we do want to touch base on Cincinnati, and this is something I talked about with the offense. We're a really talented team, and there's no doubt about it, and we got a great coaching staff, and we put together great game plans. But that game was won because you guys, in my opinion, went into a hostile environment against a champion, and they play like champions. They came out and gave you their best fight, man. And y'all were tougher. Y'all had more grit. Y'all wanted it just a little bit more. It came down to that. It came down to heart. It came down to soul. It came down to emotion. And the way you wired. I guess y'all knew that, right? You knew that going in, that you were going to get a champion effort from Cincinnati, and y'all had to bring it at an even higher level.
Yes, sir.
Just overall, that's a mentality you got to have going on the road, especially in college football. Going on the road and getting the win is all around hard within itself. But to just know that it was a level of game to where you win and you're in, you lose and you're done, it just made us think about our whole season, think about, January, everything we've put in, the ups and the downs that we've been through, all coming down to the performance on Saturday. And that was just the mentality of us, like, we didn't go through everything we went through just to get here and say, we came up short. We want to host the conference championship, we want to win the conference championship. That's always been our goal. So, Cincinnati, in a way, we got to get them out of the way, we got to handle business, and that's what we did.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And those are the games, you dream about when you're a kid, having the crowd be loud, and then having our fans over there on our sideline, that was amazing to have as well, especially being on defense, you kind of have the crowd in your hand, you go out there and have a 3 and out, you have the crowd real silent, and, you go out there and make a big play, they'd be silent, but our sideline be real hype. It was a great atmosphere, and I was glad to have it this year for sure.
And, I thought the knock on you was you couldn't catch, man.
Yeah, that's what they were saying, man.
I think we can retire that one. That was quite the pick. You look like a tight end on laying out for that ball on an interception. Big play.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lummie, we're sitting here with 2 all-conference honorees, first-team linebacker, second-team linebacker, and I was talking to you before. I was like, Lummie, you got robbed. And you said, no, you know what? I didn't deserve it. And I appreciate that the humility you show, but you are now back-to-back weeks here as a player of the week, man. It looks like you're playing your best ball coming down the stretch. You got another big one in you, I guess, right?
Yes, sir. Coming in, I guess it was just kind of harder for me to find where I fit in on the defense. Being with two great linebackers, I get around the ball, but the ball carrier's already on the ground by the time I get there. So they take a lot of tackles from me. So just trying to figure out how I can best help the team being in the best place on the field, best I can.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you. Look, it took me a long time to see this. I was like, man, let me get hit. I know you had big hits somewhere along the way, but like you said, these guys were taking care of the business so much in front of you. Like we didn't get to see that too much, but you brought to the lumber a few times, and of course, you had first pick a couple games ago, and just it's great playing your best ball right now. And I guess part of it is I try as a former offensive lineman, but I never coached, and I try to understand the technical aspect of the game, and I think I understand it better than 95% of the people out there. But trying to keep track, particularly on a TV broadcast, of what Chris Hampton's doing is tough. And I imagine when you're in the middle, with all the roll and pattern match and everything we're doing, it's a lot to take in. Huh?
Yeah, it definitely is a lot, but as veterans, we're expected to kind of know all the ins and outs of all the defenses and kind of help each other get to the right spot. So I feel like with the veteran guys that we do have, for the person looking outside in, it's kind of difficult, but for us to be on the same page, be on the same wavelength, having great communication, it kind of comes easier for us because we have so much experience.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And I was joking with Nick before, but I'm going to say it on the air. Dorian, well-deserved first-team recognition, but there ain't no way there are three other linebackers in this league better than my guy, number one. And I'm upset on his behalf. I'm probably more upset than he is, or at least he's willing to show. But I know, come 3 o'clock Saturday, somebody's going to pay for that. You don't have to comment on that. It's up to you if you want to.
Oh, man. I'm blessed, first and foremost. Just looking back at last year, I was injured, missed 3 games. The year before, I thought I had a pretty good season, didn't receive any honors. So to just be recognized in itself is a blessing. But, I'm grateful for the second team. It got another reason for me to go out there and give it my all for my guys on Saturday. It's a little extra motivation because one of the guys chosen happens to be on the opposing team, which is interesting. But, I'm just blessed. I'm blessed and ready to play on Saturday, man. Getting that ring, without that ring, none of it matters anyway. So definitely excited to play on Saturday.
All right, I'm telling. I got a bunch of teammates flying in. We're gonna all be sitting together. I told them, guys, this is a ring. It's a ring Saturday. We're gonna bring our rings, so that hopefully, when it's all said and done, and y'all want to know this week, we can compare styles. See how you might want to get that conference champion carved in there.
Do it, sir, for sure.
Let's do it.
And look, the leadership, Dorian, you're one of the co-captains, and really all the seniors all play a role in this. There's a big structure of leadership. You can't do it 100-man roster with 1-2 guys. But there ain't no question when it comes down to heart and soul and all that, Nick, what you bring to the table. And, listening to Tajay on The Current this week, Tajay was talking about the most important moment of the season. He actually said it was after Southern Miss.
Yeah.
And you bringing the entire team together, Nick, and sort of, how you rally the troops about where we're going to take it from here. I guess that, and then there was the noise this week about Coach Fritz and all that stuff, and I told my friends, I was like, look, I'm not worried about it. However this goes, I don't care, because number 1's on our team, number 2's on our team, it doesn't matter. These guys, they get it, and their focus is want to know. I bought in. I believe it. It ain't just lip service anymore.
Yes, sir.
That's the mentality around here. So with that in mind, let's talk about the noise we got to block out, because I covered this with the offense guys in Val. I thought one of the issues in the first time we saw these guys, it was almost like we were too hyped. We were so excited for that opportunity as a unit. I thought we were a little tight. I thought, y'all can tell me I'm wrong, but it just looked like we didn't kind of play our best and it wasn't that we wasn't ready to play, we were too ready to play. So from a leadership perspective, how do you sort of focus everybody on whether it's this is just any other game, want to know whatever the mindset is, so that you play your best, so that emotions of being too excited for the game doesn't get in the way of playing your best game.
My message to our defense was just, hey man, everything's gonna work itself out. As long as we play our brand of football, and then we just gotta have trust in each other. It's hard not get your emotions involved and stuff, but we're a family here. I feel like we can talk to each other about anything. So just coming to the sideline, making adjustments. Everybody keeping their head cool. That'd be our biggest thing, and I feel like we'll be all right for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I just feel like that first time we played them, just the buzz around was, that's a top 25 team. We beat them, then we get this and all that. It was a lot of hype, going into that game. And it was that's a lot of pressure on the team, that you really may not think about, but ultimately there is a lot of pressure. You knowing that a lot is at stake when you go out there and play. And so I feel like a lot of us making mistakes and things like that was because we weren't all the way into just going out there and playing the football game. It was about, okay, what's at stake after this football game.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, the regular season's over. We know that this is it. This is a conference championship. We're blessed in the position to have it be at Yeoman Stadium in front of our fans. There's no circumstances looking on to the future. This is the future. This is what we came here to do. And luckily, it's against an opponent that we've already faced. So, with us losing that game, we know that more than likely they're going to make some tune-ups, but they're not going to come out here and do anything really different than what they did the first time because they won. So it definitely losing that game had its positives. So I feel like we're definitely more prepared. We're more, locked in at a more of a peaceful rate of knowing that, it's about us. Losing that game the first time around was really just based on our mistakes. And just being able to, do better, play better this game, execute better, will get us the victory on Saturday.
Lummie, you ready? You ready for another one?
I'm ready for another one. Be back in New Orleans, have another game here in Yeoman in front of our fans. You couldn't ask for anything better. So I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you look at it. This is a game, Nick. You other than you who called it, it's called the Navy upsetting them a couple weeks ago. But we should have played our last game. We had senior night already. What's it mean to you guys as this is your last game in regular season game? Whatever. But you getting another chance. You getting one more chance to go out there at Human to finish out your careers at Tulane.
Redemption. Just the opportunity. And I really never thought that SMU game was going to be our last game. I just always had that feeling that, we was going to get another opportunity. But now that, God blessed us with that, what are you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. He blessed you with the opportunity to come back, to New Orleans, to Yeoman, and play in front of your fans and, just set the whole stage and scenery for what you want to do. We're in a position to accomplish everything that we want to accomplish the way we want to accomplish, and now it's time to do it.
Yeah. And I guess last time before we talked about the really important stuff, but we kind of find ourselves in the same position getting ready for this team. They have two different quarterbacks who bring really distinct character to the way they play. Their style of play is way different, even though their offense, the plays are the same. But one guy's more of a pocket passer, one guy's a really elite runner. And we find ourselves in a position not knowing which one we're going to see again. How do you go about preparing for two guys? I mean, just from a practical perspective, like how you got limited time in a week. I guess it helps that we've already played them, right? And we kind of have an idea what they're going to do from a play standpoint. But how do you go through that, like prepping? Like we don't know which one we're going to see. Does it matter?
I mean, go ahead. I don't think it matters.
I really don't think it matters because really that's been the thing this whole season.
Yeah.
We've played a lot of teams to where there's been injuries throughout the conference, and we don't know who we're going to see on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So it's something that we've really been used to. And then again, like me, Larry Macon, Dorian, we played against 13 last year. We were able to go down to Orlando and play against him last year. So it's not like we haven't played against him or seen him on the field. So it's not really a big issue.
Yeah.
The coaches, Coach Hammy does a great job with, getting us prepared for everybody. And like I said, man, we just got to stick to the game plan. Everything's going to work itself out for sure.
I like it. I like
Yes,
it.
sir.
And Lummie, they got, you don't see them as much when 10's in because they don't throw as much, but they got some real talent out wide.
Yeah, they do.
But so we ready for that challenge if it comes our way?
Yeah, we definitely are already on the outside. J-Bo and Lance have been doing a great job this year. J-Bo actually got first team All-American.
Yeah, I saw that. That was amazing. Yeah.
It was really good for him. But both of those guys have been having a really good year. So I'm very confident what those guys can do. I'm very confident in our front. They're gonna get to the whoever's back there, 10 or 13, whichever one it is. Whoever wants to sit back there and throw, they're gonna get to them. So I'm just confident.
I mean, look, more guys making your life easier. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Or
I want to be
more bored.
when I die and come back. I want to be Lummie on God. If that's how we do it up there with you later, I want to be Lummie. But look, seriously, but to that point, how about J-Bo? I wasn't gonna talk. I wasn't even thinking about it, but we gotta shout out this guy. This guy, Jaden Kennedy comes in the season, kind of hyped as our #1 corner, and well deserved. Jaden's a great player. Goes down with injury. And Jared, I mean,
Never missed a beat.
dude just came out and played. We hadn't missed a beat. His defense guy gets honored as first team all conference
His
cornerback.
first year in the conference.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yes,
that's
sir,
great.
for sure.
And I told him, I saw him last night. I was like, man, you're not just like a corner. Corners don't like contact sometimes. You like hitting, man.
He's a
you
big
like
corner, yeah.
you like getting in. He's like, I know. I was like, I was a little nervous about it, but then I was like, you know what? I'm big. I can handle it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. Well, look. So we're about to wrap it up here. I know you know, Nick, because it's your business to know these things. I don't know, Dorian, Lummie, do y'all know what we're wearing this week? You don't have to reveal. You don't have to reveal.
I know who we're wearing.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so scale of 1 to 10. Well, first of all, is it completely new when you go helmet to toe? Is it a new look? The offensive guys tell me it's a new look.
It's a new look for this season, but the last time we wore it, we accomplished something big, so we want to bring it back to do the same thing.
Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. How sweet is it?
Whatever we put on really breaks the scale.
Whatever we wear.
Whatever we put on breaks the
I
scale.
love that answer right there.
Yeah, all right. We'll leave it with that one. Yeah, I mean, if sweet's not the right adjective, Nick, you tell me what it is, man. I'm an old man. I don't know. But,
Drip.
Yeah, drip. All right, drip. We're dripping on an 11 on the 10 scale. All right, got it. All right. Well, folks, that's going to do it for the Jimmy O Show with these guys. Guys, it was a pleasure, as it was all throughout the season. Thank you for being here, and we'll be back next week with our conference champion players of the week. Until then, roll wave.
Roll wave. Conference championship.
Conference
Dub.